Hello everybody, welcome in back into wow, what an introduction. Hello everybody, welcome on back into BOON1ESPN Episode 2 for Overwatch Clash Season 8. And it feels good to be back. You know, we got the blazer back on, the tie is here, we have our assorted decoration, we have our atmosphere back. Atmosphere! Something else feel a little off to you guys? Something that doesn't really match up with the news times. Oh. Allow me to slip in something a little more comfortable. There we go. Welcome back, everybody, to BOON1ESPN Episode 2 for Overwatch Clash Season 8. Bit of a slight delay because there's, this whole thing called moving, as well as having to go dog sit for my parents, because I'm a good little son and love my mom and dad. Shout out to you guys. But anyway, I'm back here, and time to talk about the future of this content thing, because with Panini coming back now and doing the highlights and stuff, there's no real point of me doing the match summaries and whatever, and remind me, or... What? With Panini coming back, there is not much of a reason for me to do, say, like the match recaps I was initially considering doing here, because that'd be boring and repetitive, and believe me, I record a version of it and it fucking sucks. So I'm in kind of the idea phase of what to do still for this things for going forward. I have a couple ideas. Of course, I still have the things like the interviews I want to do for community members and stuff like that. But I'm also thinking of implementing some things, like... My idea is a BOON1ESPN worst take, where I have a fake debate with myself, a la ESPN first take on stuff for this league, but it has to be really like hot takey, like who is the best Ana in the league? And there's two of me, like I think it's this guy, and the other guy's like, oh, stay up,
keep going, JR, keep going.
But until then, I really got nothing here. So let's give you a really quick episode, because you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give you guys my power rankings. That's all you fucking care about anyway. You guys are just power rankings leeches. Just you come in the chat, you go I don't know if you guys hear that also. Hopefully maybe I'll amplify the volume. And welcome to the new and improved power rankings. Really nothing new and improved except I'm over here in the corner and the power rankings are going to be over there. That's it. On to 15. It's fucking bleak, dude. I don't know, just look at... You're so potential, I don't know what the fuck is going on with this team. They should be a lot better than they currently are. They have yet to win a map. This team just doesn't make sense. It should be good. Like, you got Sky and Taken Walt popping off on the DPS. You got Fish being a solid tank player. You got a good support line. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. Until they win a map, they're going to be at 15. Stage 2 and beyond, it can't get worse. It literally cannot get worse. And at 14, going one spot up here, is going to be the Sussy Spartans. This team has basically met, so far, my expectations of them so far this season. There's been a bit of a surprise that Wind has done pretty well in the off-rolling, but other than that, this team has started to struggle a little bit here in the season. They did get a win. They get a win last week. Was it because they're good ringers? We'll have to wait and see in Stage 2. They're going to be among more teams around, technically their skill level because of the reseeding. So this team now, with a bit of assistance as well in terms of getting scheduling and scrim and stuff, they could get some practicing, get some reps in, and could climb up the board here. But for now, got to keep them down here at number 13. I don't know what else you want from me here. Whatever happened to Gary Cooper? The strong, silent type. oh, I know what fucking happened to him. His team lost a lot, went down number 13 in the power rankings. I can't believe it, down 3 spots against the St. Pauli's. They did get a win against the Tomatoes, who I guess, spoiler alert, are going to be strong or ranked higher than them. But losing to the Spartans, ringers or not, giving the Spartans their first win of the season, I can't really put you much higher in this right now. I need you to figure out who's playing what, because right now it seems there's a lot of confusion throughout the team, like who's playing DPS, who's playing support this map. Once they get that stuff figured out, they could shoot back up in the top 10. But I mean, I gotta keep it straight with you, T. I don't like what I'm seeing. And coming in at number 12 is going to be the Rohan Rahiram, falling 10 spots from my preseason power rankings. And yeah, this team drafted up someone who loves playing D.Va and wants to play D.Va and has yet to win a map on D.Va. They did win in 5 maps against my team by playing a Ramatra-style brawl with May Torbjorn. They thought, fuck it, we're sick of winning.
You may even get tired of winning, and you'll say, please, please, it's too much winning. We can't take it anymore, Mr. President.
So I want to see what happens going forward here. I know that there was a big change in the patch here, potentially D.Va a little more viable than potentially previously. Who the fuck is texting me right now? Don't they know I'm recording this shit? What the Hold on, Mr. Popular has got to respond to his phone real quick. Hold the fuck on. I put that shit in silent just because I like you that much. But yeah, Rohan Rahiram going down to 12. Going to be one of the lower rankings they were last out of their division. Getting 2 straight sweeps, and then they did win in map 5. So unfortunately for them, they are going lower. But I want to see what this team does against the lower competition here now that they kind of have their identity. I know the spoilers, but they want to play a lot of D.Va still. If they can win a map on it, look out. Number 11, the Kyoto Koi Dragons. I may have had this team a little too high in my previous power rankings, but I also now might have them a little too low. What do I mean by that? Well, it's because Dire came back last week and played in their series in their win against the Sherbs. They did have a ringer and Ari, but you could definitely see a little more just cohesion in general with Dire being there, able to have their first round draft pick actually play a series. Was a pretty big boost here for the Kyoto Koi Dragons. Now they're in a lower division. I expect them to do really well in the division. Go, I would say, 2-1, if not 3-0 in their current setup with Dire back and more scrims on their belt. I think Kyoto was bound for a bit of a bounce back, but with what we've seen, which is just, 1 game with ringers and the other 2 games that are 2 losses with also ringers, so this team just fucking ringers. Put them down 11, let their wings soar, or I guess let their fins swim. I don't know what the hell they want me to say here for the Kyoto Koi Dragons. There's 2 fucking things. One's a fish, one's a goddamn aerial flying fucking alligator. Cracking in here at number 10, and a plus team that wasn't just by default, is the Mankeo Tomatoes. And the Tomatoes are an interesting team to kind of decipher here so far this season. They were in a fairly weak group, having both the St. Pauli's and the Sussy Spartans in there. They were able to get a win off of the Spartans, but not off of the Pauli's or... I am blanking right now. I'm legitimately searching this shit up. I am so lost right now. What the... Professional broadcast, by the way. Right, the Zebras, but nobody got one of the Zebras, so don't feel too bad about that one. I do have them, second highest in the division, which is where they said and end up due to some map breaker shenanigans, tiebreaker shenanigans. But I think this team is a solid top 10 right now. I'm interested to see them going forward, especially with Knave still kind of being in the meta hero pool with the Orisa, with the Ram, stuff like that still being pretty strong. I think if they get a little more of the comp depth, I think they'll be a pretty strong team moving forward, especially going to stage 3. Plus Spinal wasn't their last game, I think, so ringers again. Don't you love ringers?
Your life literally is as valuable as a summer ant.
And at number 9, we got the Hoga Hummingbirds. And this team is the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to be. They're really good at the brawl with the Ramatra, with Weeb and the Genji, but they are kind of turbo donkey cheeks at the dive, which I thought would be kind of the opposite with Skycer and Weeb. But they do get Goat Docs back. So now we're going to see this team finally, as Skycer envisioned during the draft. So going in, they are in a tougher division. So I don't know if I can really expect them to come out, like a like a 4-2 record or like even a 500 record. Maybe they get just one win here, but I think this team can still look strong against their team, especially taking the Pastries, who are higher on this list, to 5, as well as the Egoists. But, just this team is close. They just need that little bit of magic, and they just need a second fucking comp. And number 8, the Mulch Maxers. I said in the preseason power rankings that this team was going to be Greg, but I've been proven wrong. They're now Greg and some friends. I've been impressed with how Yeetmeister has played so far this season, especially on the signature DPS characters like the Casting, the Genji. It was a very strong showings from the rookie tank on Luca. I've heard he's also been a very strong proponent in the comms and Real Dog, just the always ever solid flex support. This team's got a nice all-around build to them. I think they're perfect gatekeepers right now in their current state. They're going to beat the teams below them, and they're going to, I guess, lose the teams above them, but I guess it's just how power rankings work. What the fuck am I talking about? And at number 7, I have the Manitoba Magical Mosasaurs, and you're probably thinking they only won one game, and it was against that team down there, but you gotta see the vision here. You gotta focus with the vision. This team was in the toughest divisions by far in terms of the top of their division, with the 2 teams above them in the power rankings here, basically having a perfect stage, both of them, until they met each other. But still, the Mosasaurs, they needed some time to cook. And then Melon realized she can just play Orisa. And then once that realization came through her head, they got a lot better real fast. So I think in the next seeding, when they're going to be in the lower divisions, they're going to start farming again, get some confidence back, and they're going to start pounding again, and they're going to go up the power rankings. Please don't make me look like a fucking dumbass when you still at number 7 after a rough first stage. Please. I begged last stage if they could have Core Dragons, maybe look like a genius, but that didn't really work out that well. So maybe do make me look like an idiot. Reverse psychology on your ass. And at number 6, going out of the 4 spots, there's going to be the Green Hill Guppies. And I think this has been a pretty surprising team for a lot of people so far. They're fighting with the Sherbs for the number 1 ranking in their division. Some that I don't think a lot of people had going in. I thought that this team, knowing the players on it, would be kind of a slow cook. It'd be like kind of a Vind and Fancy getting their feet underneath the rest of the teams, like kind of mass at place on mass at aggression. But so far, the Green Hill Guppies have done a really good job of just sticking with Vind, sticking with McChicken, keeping them alive. And honestly, this team's been looking really good. So, in number 6, I think it's a pretty fair ranking for them. I look forward to seeing them against the tougher opponents here in Stage 2. And if they can hold this ranking, I don't know. I was trying to find a transition in my head, but my mind actually went blank. I went like, the full chimpanzee hitting the fucking, I don't know, this... What do you call those things? The drummy things together. Doosh. I don't fucking... I'm not a music guy at all. I don't know what to fucking tell you guys. I'm sorry. I'm barely a content creator. And at number 5, I think the surprise team of everybody so far this season has been the Paramount Pastries. And this team has looked really strong, especially with the... I'm only going to play Winston Zarya Ball guy, deciding to play everything basically but Winston Zarya Ball. But... all jokes aside, Paramount Pastries have looked really strong, showing that flexibility over on DPS as well as support most matches. And Don Wigger having 2 basically MVP level performances on the DPS in weeks 1 and 2, and a bit of Germingers in week 3, but I think it'll be just fine going forward for them. They're in a tough division, but I look forward to seeing them now go against the big boys, because as you can see, their previous division was all pretty down low. We had number 12 team, number 9 team, and spoilers, Egos would probably be right around that same spot as those other 2 teams. So I want to see them go against stronger competition. I want to see them keep popping off on these weird looks with the Sim, with the Far, with the May, and keep upsetting people, I guess. And number 4, going up 1 spot, is going to be Suspicious Sherbs. And I think I had this team pretty well pecked in the preseason power rankings. I think that they are the team, of course, they got the most value in the draft still. It just depends, does that value show up week to week? It did not. I guess they could have Core Dragons with Ari on the ringer.
You serve 0 purpose. You should...
Sherbs look like top 5 team, top 4 to me. And I think going forward now in the season, and to see how this team holds together. There was a bit of a explosion, you could say, after a single loss. And at number 3, we have the Merry Maples. I only had this team out of top 5. in the preseason power rankings because I didn't know exactly where Flora / Chloe was going to play. It looks like she's going to be playing DPS, so this team instantly moves into a top 3 title contender because of that. And then also got to point out the rookies are doing really well here for once Chloe hit on rookies. You know, Jess, they're doing well on the support. And then also you have Dr. Jargo / Fimi on the tank, able to play all the meta picks basically right now and able to hold their ground. So Mary Maples is just, can they get the Panini maps to work? That's literally it. I'm not blaming Panini. It's just they have to figure out how to make the comp work. And at number 2, moving up 5 spots, going to be Zimbabwe Zebras, and I had them only out of the top 5 at the preseason power rankings because I didn't know where the rookies going to fit in with Dish and Sliced Bread. Will they be able to keep up with Fire, Yak, and Neptune? And so far, the answer is a resounding hell yeah. I know that we've had them in for MVP interviews in the last couple of matches, and they both say like, oh yeah, you know, the team is really good, really supportive of me, able to help me make my plays, able to help me feel comfortable in playing here. So the fact that Zimbabwe Zebras, the rookies popping off, is just down on Neptune, Fire, and Yak, and that's a trio that I would bet my bottom dollar on. Don't gamble, kids. Less on the Boon ESPN sponsor code streams. Go ahead and gamble there. Fucking AC Design plus 4,000 billion on a hard tech and dime mid map. Place your bets. And number 1, I had the Macau Mouse. I don't know else more I have to say other than please fucking don't hurt me, Milo.
I'm going to kill you and then kill you again.
I'm just saying Cat is only a few games away from securing a plus 500 season, which I predict on the draft desk, which, because I am the best fucking draft analyst there is, you don't have much of an option because there's only 3 of us, and there are 2 are drafting and we're giving much analysis, so I win by default. Whee! And that's going to do it for me here at the end of Stage 1 here for Boon ESPN Episode 2. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in. Appreciate it. Of course, as always, make sure to follow our socials in the description below. Join the Discord if not already. Make sure to stay tuned for our Twitch chat. As Stage 2 is just around the corner. Should be exciting. And again, I don't know how to do these things, so I'll say it right now. Stay safe. Stay healthy. I hate my stutter sometimes. I hate my fucking speech impediments. You would really think that I'd be over by now because I'm, you know, a play-by-play caster. There it is right there. I'm rambling again. Stay safe, stealthy, curse, streaming. Bye!